So I had lunch with Vanessa. We did some co-working on our end.
Right.
And then we worked together on her business. We were talking a lot about that. And we went for lunch. Oh, that did happen. And then...
Meanwhile, your boy was running down the letters to give him permission to enter his apartment.
Which apartment?
Our apartment.
Did we just buy an apartment?
We did just buy an apartment. And then got access, and then we had to try to get the appliance people to come deliver the appliances, which they did, and we had to bring them up the stairs and in the elevator, and just we did the thing. Hey, that's my ring.
Yeah, because at my ring, when I was...
You lost it?
No, when I was washing my hair, take it out. So I left the house this morning without it, but then I had this in my bag from you. So I just put it on.
Let them know you're married.
But yeah, guys, we
did it!
This is our first adult purchase.
Somebody can tell me the dose on the counter.
It's our first major purchase. We are pretty excited. Everything.
That is definitely an understatement. We are ecstatic.
We are ecstatic. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. But
I don't know when you're tired enough you're not excited.
It's been a journey. For those of you who I don't think do we ever talk about the fact that for the past 2 years we're living at like your mom's house and fixing that up?
I don't think anybody did know
We
that.
never spoke about that. But when we just got married, Xaundre's mom, who doesn't live here, she has a house in Mobay. So when we went there, that's where we were living for the past 2 years.
And the 3 year now married.
No, baby.
A 2 year and
you lived there for a few months before me.
That's what it
So you
was.
were,
yes.
So we basically lived there, saved up. You know, Xaundre could have said, okay, we're going to live in this entire house. If you have been watching our vlogs enough, you know that we lived in one room. So we lived in...
Hold on, let me close the window. Nice.
Yeah. Close your window.
Yes, because guess what? A full window. So we can lock it if we want, we can lift it up if we want.
Yeah, so we lived there. It was like... Xaundre's mom had like a 2-bedroom house. And then she was adding on to the rest of the house. And when she gave us the option to live there, we could have chosen to live in the 2-bedroom part or fix up the 3-bedroom part and live in there. But my lovely husband got the inside. Being prudent, he said, there's a guest room at the back of the house and a washroom. And he's going to convert the washroom into a kitchen, a small kitchen, and then we would have the bedroom
plus the
bathroom. There's a big bathroom though, and then kitchen, decent size, and the bedroom would switch to like a bedroom / living side. You were
studio.
Like a studio. So if you were paying attention in the vlog, our settee was in one side, being our living room, and our bed was in one side. And we never made that. We never make it stop away. You see how much people will host in there.
Yo, 12 of us have been in that room one time. People on the bed, people on the settee, people on the ground.
Yeah, we never stopped that. Like that didn't stop us from hosting. That didn't stop us from inviting people over. Then we took another section of the house because the house never finished. So the 3-bedroom section never finished. So we took 1 bedroom and we did the office. So that's how I got the office. A year or so later. After I was working, so in that bedroom I was living, I was sleeping, and I was also working. That one little room.
And then when we got Yo-Yo,
he got
a corner.
Yo-Yo got a corner in the same room. But that room seemed like a room. Maybe to others it seemed like a room, but to us it was such a blessing. Because it was because of those low costs. Because we didn't pay no rent. We didn't live rent free because what Xaundre did was encourage his mom to continue working on the other section and then rented out a part of it. So the 2-bedroom part that we could have lived, that was paying rent. And the rent was doing what?
Was taking
care of the house and our bills. So we could save for that big Asia trip that we got to do. It was because so the story now. So we could do the trip to Asia. Every time we came down to zero was because we knew that we had the blessing of very low costs. And then we actually didn't have this apartment on our radar any at all. We weren't planning to purchase at all. But we were saving up to possibly buy me a second car. Buy me a car. Because as you know, we share one car. We've been sharing one car for the past 2 years. But as you know, I don't like drive. I'm not really go out that much. So I work from home. Never made it an issue. But then, of course, at some point, the one car won't start that issue. So we start save again. After, remember, say we came on the internet and telling us, say, we went broke from the trip. So we did down to no money again. One day, I should stop. Well, I'm never going to stop making jokes because I jokingly said, oh, Xaundre.
No, when we were thinking to move to Kingston to potentially start the surgery program.
That you're not sure you were going to get into or anything. I just said, Kingston, rent is so expensive in Kingston. Might as well buy an apartment. And you guys know.
You don't say those things.
You don't run joke with my husband. Because in no time, my husband contacted Audrey. And we have to big up Audrey every time because, quick story about Audrey. Audrey has been our real estate agent before we got jobs. Before we would have even... Xaundre link Audrey from him in a university. Figure look pan house that time, you know. Xaundre not even have the D in a down payment. And she would
had the F in faith.
That's it, baby. Pop your color. And she would make time in her schedule to go and show us. So this one time me go. To
be fair, for that deal I potentially had a partner.
Yeah, but you never have no money. That's
but
the
me
point.
Never have no money. Yeah.
And you never
because
have
somebody who would excel with a probably partner.
You still did in school. You never have no work.
True.
But I'm just saying. So that's the story. So jokingly, I said, makes sense to buy one apartment. The little money that we had saved. Well, it's not a little money, obviously. It's not a little money, but
we've been saving.
So that. And then we got some help from our parents.
Thank God for parents.
Thank God for our parents again.
Supportive parents.
Yeah.
Big up to all of y'all.
Big up to the parents. And then we could come up, then we got pre-qualified and then we come to the down payment. But I'm actually going to show you guys a clip because I have the clips. Because on the day of coming to Kingston from Mobay, and trust me, you guys know how we think. So this is literally just a starting apartment. We also already have plans for what the next 2-3 years will look like, and hopefully we'll grow past this because Yo-Yo will have a sibling in the next 2-3 years. The sibling on the house at Oxford is not coming right now. So next 2-3 years.
Now they have 2 foot, not 4.
And when we came into Kingston to look for it, in my head, we already made the joke, say we're going to purchase an apartment. So now we have this real estate agent showing us apartments. She showed us some ones that were just being built. Obviously, we knew that we needed somewhere that we could move in before the end of 2024, so that wouldn't work. And then she showed us this one, and she showed us another one that I thought that is the one that we were going to get. Why? Because it was within what we were pre-qualified for. It was a way older apartment, and for me, it just seemed to make sense. I come another one and they want to see a face. It just seemed to make sense, and I was like,
to you it made sense, but to me it never makes sense because sure it was cheaper, it was a smaller carrying cost, it was a smaller down payment, it was an older apartment, it never have no view, it never, I guess that's really what people would normally start with. But in my mind, if we're able to afford something that can cash flow better when it's time for us to exit that apartment in the next 2 years or 2 to 4 years, whenever we decide to move on from this apartment, I want it to have been a pretty new apartment so we can rent it out as Airbnb or charge a premium for the rent, even if it's a long-term rental. So for me, it wasn't the absolute cost of the building, it was more its cash flow potential. And I thought if we're going to use a mortgage on something, it makes sense to use it on something that can cash flow to pay the mortgage plus more.
Right.
And in theory, this place would cash flow better because it's a nicer, newer place with a view and cool breeze, centrally located, everything just nice.
And it has a pool, and it has like an entertainment section, and it has like an area for a gym. I don't think gym is complete yet.
No, and then that's the other thing, right? We caught it at the perfect time.
Yeah.
So it's past practical completion, meaning you can move in, but all the finer details are not yet like concretized, which is good because it means that while we're concretizing our apartment, the whole building is also kind of tidy, you know. So for example, stuff like installing our AC, I don't have to pay somebody 40 grand to install 2 AC units, because guess what? The man who doing the, when I spoke to him when he came in today and he was showing me around, I told him about the AC. He's like, I'll let my guys install it for you.
Nice.
Alright, say less. You know, because they're actively still doing work on the place and so on.
Yeah. So my husband, ladies and gentlemen, I have to big him up every time because I'm just not always able to see beyond it. And so
if I may say, Zara might not see beyond it, but honestly I can't do beyond it. So when I tell you that when it really came down to the nitty gritty, you know, like they would be communicating with me at 9-10 a.m. and I'd just be like, yo, call Zara.
Yeah.
And then Zara would just sort out things. And she'd sort out everything for me.
Yeah. I mean, it does pay to marry a lawyer. It does. Because the legal fees, and I work with my friends, big up Trevine every time. So
the legal letter. Big up.
So definitely it has been a process. All right, so this is our first video in the house hunting series. How do you feel, my husband?
I'm excited.
You're excited about this?
Yeah, it is
new
exciting.
Chapter?
Yeah.
So we're heading to our first property now. I think this one might be a pre-construction property, which for me can't see the vision. Xaundre might be able to see the vision, but so we're going to check it out and see if it's something that we'd be interested in. Our realtor thinks it's a great opportunity, so.
No, she thinks this one is good.
Good, not great.
No.
Because it's over with budget, so.
Yeah. But the great one, this one is healthy chunk above our budget.
Yeah.
But we still wanted to see it.
Pretty one is done, babe. How you feeling?
Poor. Yo, that property was so nice.
It was so nice.
But it's above our budget.
I just wish we could just give me a 2-bedroom.
No, even
the one bedroom is over our
budget.
Even the 1 bedroom. So
and it's just like 2 1-bedrooms that are left. Oh my, honestly though, like that
would have been an easy decision if because we saw even that so that's like what's there currently, and it should be done within the timeline that we're looking at, but we saw the design and it's you're meant to a lot of Singapore. It's absolutely amazing, and you know Singapore is like our favorite place to be,
and the location is also great.
The location is great. It would be good. Security is good.
Be ideal.
But it would be.
Can't afford it.
Then we're not gonna fool ourselves.
Yeah.
And we also know that we're just starting life. Well, we start life long time, but this is our first property. It's our first investment.
Listen, it's so sad that they started with this property this morning, though.
The nicest one. To kind of set it.
I think is
so everything else you're going to compare to this one.
Yeah.
It's fine, babe. It's fine. You have, when it comes to home ownership, you have to have your goal in mind.
Yeah.
And as much as we like luxury, we don't need optimal luxury right now. Exactly. We can make it luxury. We can get something that's like not too pop down, but like mid-tier. So when we started looking, that's what we were looking for. Something like on a mid-level. And then we could, when we start expanding our portfolio, then we invest in more luxury investments. But
because
boy,
we also have to look at the property's ability to cash
flow, right?
If we should move out of it,
yeah,
and we have to be willing to pay the equivalent of the rent
yeah,
that place would be bringing in,
right,
you know, to be making that purchase. It's a very responsible thing to say no to.
It is. Put on your responsible hat.
Yes,
the same hat will tell me so
on.
I can't get no more chocolate. That is the hat I need to put on.
Yes.
But anyways, let's property. Alright, how do you feel about property number 2?
Well, we reached property number 3, but
Oh, we reached property number 3.
property number. Ooh,
This looks like this is
look
how
like
I
what we
expected
yeah
it.
this is what we thought we
This
were
property
coming
is
to
yeah
for.
something a little, not brand new, not new construction, not super luxury, but nice enough.
Right.
So we're heading to that one now. And I mean, if this is the one that we choose, obviously we're not gonna show no.
Yeah, that not safe.
That not safe, especially within this area. That is a very yeah. So property number 2, if we had money to throw on it, like if we were property investors and we had some money to throw at it, fine, because it's quoted in USD way above our budget and it don't wow it. So
Yeah, I mean it's not way above our budget. It's closer to our budget than the previous one.
yeah. So,
But it's still above our budget, and it's just like nice. It's not like amazing.
yeah, we'll look at this one now. I like it over here.
Yeah, over here
Have a nice little homey feel.
You can see it's an older.
It's an older complex.
Older building though. Yeah, and the car them not as luxurious as our part.
That's fine for one luxurious.
Yeah, true.
For one fit right in here, so or over here, so.
That is true.
So we just saw the property that we really liked, and I think for me,
It's actually right on budget.
it's right on budget.
But then because I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's right on budget. I didn't record any clips because I loved it so much. I got super distracted. It's small, it's quaint, it gives me just a start. Like it doesn't give
it's
me
not luxury.
It's not super luxurious, which is fine. Because we might can't afford super luxurious, right?
The issue is that it's a bid. So whoever is willing to pay the most amount of money will get it.
Yeah.
So even though they're starting at within our budget, it's right on the edge of our budget.
Yeah.
So if anybody comes in a few million more, then our goose just got
Cook.
brown stewed and stir fried.
Yeah. And then we also don't want to overpay for it.
Exactly.
Because if we're gonna overpay, it makes sense to get a luxury one.
Exactly.
That fall within that range. Because it's not that we love it gone to bed. It's more like we love it because
the
it's
price
close.
is
The
good.
price is good and the location is good.
Yeah.
And it comes with things.
Yes.
So it comes
it's
with,
ready. You
it's
can
ready. You
move
can
in
move into
tomorrow.
one, right? But I wanted to go back to the fact that, like, you might be young and you might be watching this and you might be saying, oh, I'll never get to these levels or whatever, because this seemed beyond us, right? The apartment that we fixed up in Mobe, we're leaving all our appliances there, we're leaving that little 1-bedroom. It will now cash flow to even further run the apartment, to even further run the house, right? So if you ever want to stay in the what's the name? It's something
XYZ
like
suite?
The XYZ studio suite. It should be up on Airbnb hopefully within the next couple
few
of months.
By the end of the year. That's
Yeah,
the plan. By the end of the year, we'll have it on Airbnb.
Yeah, so we have some stuff to do there, but we're starting from scratch again. We're leaving all our stuff there, so we're buying all new stuff because we're going to build this out and hopefully flip it into Airbnb in the next couple of years, because that's the plan. We also wanted to live somewhere that we could flip soon, but
I mean, if you have to pay them kind of money there at one time, and you have the option to not pay rent but to pay mortgage, like it just seemed like it made perfect sense.
Get some equity and use the equity to your advantage always. Xaundre has to live in this area of Kingston. So Kingston 6 and 8 and maybe 9. I wouldn't know our birthday.
8.
So we don't live in Norbrook, but but in Kingston 6 and 8, they're this is the most expensive real estate in Jamaica, and that's because this is where all the young professionals live. The hospital is nearby, the university is nearby, and because of that, you know, there are a lot of opportunities for us to live outside of it. But Xaundre has to live like what?
15 minutes from the hospital.
Very close to the hospital.
They literally, for the price that we paid for this place, you could have get 2 places a country.
For sure. For
3 times the size.
For sure.
But that place probably wouldn't be able to cash flow as well in the next 3 years when we decide to move. And also, I can't buy land and property a country when I feel physically they're beside the hospital. Like, it's just not even a possibility. So we just had to band my belly and do the thing.
Absolutely. So we had to do that, and I think our faith was tested a lot, especially mine. And you know, Xaundre is a big thinker.
Catch this now. It's because we kind of spend all of the money upon the down payment. We don't really have no bed, you understand? So it's at the mattress. So it got drop a ground. You understand? Babe, where you go with the mattress?
We can just drop it on the ground so we can sit down and make it back.
Oh, you smart. Alright, cool, do that.
I wanted to get back the fact that Xaundre is a big thinker. I am, when it comes to a lot of stuff, I am a little bit more practical. When it comes to some logical decision. What do you think? But I am more flighty when it comes to like things.
Yeah, like you'll buy a lot of small things.
Yeah.
I won't buy a lot of small things. I really only spend money on food and gas. That's it.
And I'll spend I'll buy like designer stuff here and there.
Yeah.
If I have the money to finance it, but Xaundre thinks big, so he will think in properties and he will think in when in Xaundre's dreams, he talk about having a yacht and them things that me just want to go up on the yacht and dress up and take picture, right? So we come from 2 different angles, but I think we make a very good player.
That's true.
So that's make a very but the faith part of it, right? I have a recording of this property that I won't show, but I think I might have a clip talking about how it's nice, but it's way beyond our budget, and the only reason I'm looking on it is because I like nice things, so I make a full of my eye with nice things, but obviously we just can't afford it.
Well, we're in here, and it's ours. Like, we have a letter, we say we own it.
Well, I really bank own it still, we just own it.
Well, it's set, and me are the new owner. So, that's the letter say. And when we come here, the man shake my hand and give me the code and say welcome.
And give you the key.
And he give me the code.
Oh, because it's code.
It's a code door, you understand? Yeah. Oh. But then we have to go collect the key after because you have like a manual backup key.
Oh.
And and then the guy come and give me access to make the code from my phone and all kind of things. Yeah, fancy.
Oh. God might have a vision and a plan that's big. You know, everything is object. Object lessons are right.
Object lesson.
God may have a vision. You may have an idea of what your life should look like or what you think you can afford, but God has a plan for you that's greater than anything that you can ever see. Do not limit him. Do not limit him.
And I'd also add, play the long game.
Play the long game.
Play the long game, because to a lot of people.
Remember when we never have my bed?
Guys, Zara nearly never married me because me not have a bed. She said she not sleep on the tabletop. Because me go downtown Mobi, go negotiate with the Indian man and me get a bed base for $13,000 and a mattress for $25,000 and me put them on top of the car and carry them come out, and me set up a bed, me put them on two like stilts because we didn't need space underneath the bed for store things. And Zara come, we don't have no chest of drawers. And Zara had the audacity to say if me not get a bed head because she can't sleep on bed without head. I said me not understand how the bed head I sleep on.
Yeah.
And so she nearly never married me. Can you believe it?
No, stop. Don't say do not.
I'm joking, guys. But she was like, we're really not going to get a bed head?
Yeah, I was very conscious of the no bed head thing. But it never lasts long.
All you have to do is just catch up the pillow them up on the head of the bed and
nobody
don't realize.
Put the paint in there. Because when you realize I don't want my bed head, if I didn't realize So whenever I'm better, tell me and tell us what you were thinking back then. Like, them two guys careless, or you're just like style preference. Actually, what do you really want to know?
My thing is, we're at a stage in life where we get away with the absence of a bedhead. Like, the point I'm making is, you know,
Play the long game.
Play the long game, right?
Appreciate every stage of life for what it gives you.
Yeah.
Just as start out, when we just move in our little studio, and I made that little studio at home, you couldn't tell it wasn't like a modern. It was modern though, to be honest. It was modern
because the paint in a white, first frost.
Yeah, and it was branded, like all the appliances were branding, and like you were very, like all the little things like the shower head and the Xaundre picked out everything.
Glass. And, I physically drove most of those things from Kingston to Mobay. I used to be, the first 3 months of living on my own, I used to be like known down by Discount Hardware in Mobay.
Yeah.
I tell you that the people used to know me, used to call them beforehand and tell them what to take out for me because I come collect something and carry go home, go try and fix up something, or I'd be like, okay, come home from work, what's my project today? Putting up curtain rods. Or I can't forget the time when the mattress that I had was the same, and it's not a real mattress. You know the sponge with them wrap, and that is a mattress. That's what when I moved to Mobay, started working as a doctor, that's what I had, right? Literally, and that mattress.
Isn't that what your mom had like 12 years ago?
Yes, when mommy bought that house, which was like years ago before she moved to foreign, that was her mattress.
Yeah.
And that's what was there, and that I sleep on, and I can't forget, like the bed that was there that I was using had like some boards that is like a portable-ish bed. I don't know how to describe it, but basically you have some board that work as the base, right? But then some of the board them did missing, so the mattress they never firm, you know. So when you lie down on it, you literally gonna fall through somebody hold them. And I can't forget one night, Norville, that's one of my friends, came to Mobay, and the two of us lay down on the bed, and he must say, bro, you can't marry that can't Zara come on the bed. He said, you can't do it, bro, you can't do it. You have to go get a real bed by the time she comes. So I did, you know, but point is, a lot of other people would have from the outset said, you know, no, I'm not living under those conditions. Mark, it wasn't like really hostile conditions, but it was a struggle, you know, you kind of have to turn your hand, make fashion.
Yeah, and we also had, before we had a stove, when we were just moving in, we had a 2-burner stove top. And we also four burner.
I bought it in Bashko for $5,600. We did eventually buy a real stove, which they didn't even have stoves that small to fit the size. I had to search like multiple places, to find a stove that small. But yeah, it worked.
Yeah. And we loved our spot. Loved it. One thing about that spot in Mobay, Xaundre can tell you, no matter how many countries we went,
it was always home.
No matter how many nice hotels we went,
it's true.
There was something about coming into that spot.
Yeah.
Something that felt safe to the youths. If we did it, you can do it too.
Honestly.
And we had goals, you know, we wanted to own property before 30. We wanted to travel before 30. Xaundre and I have a vision board that we created while we were dating. It was like a date night activity. And literally, every single thing, we prayed over that.
There are 2 things on it that we still haven't really accomplished.
We've tried everything on it.
We've tried everything at least once.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because we never accomplished the fit lifestyle.
The fit lifestyle.
But guess what? I signed up at the gym today.
I love that feeling. Really?
Because
Vanessa
go do it because 2 we struggle, and we both have been trying to do it by ourselves.
So guys, you're gonna have to hold Zara accountable.
I tell them some tired people hold me accountable on this internet. I'm tired of people that hold me accountable on this internet, but we will do it. Just give me 6 months to revolutionize my life.
So that is really just the fit lifestyle, and we say we have to eat more vegetables.
Yeah.
And them 2 things there.
We haven't been eating much vegetables, but you realize it's a work in progress. We're not perfect, but literally everything on the vision board we tried. Yeah. We attempted. Because we were like in vegan for a while.
She was.
Yeah, I was. So we have attempted every single thing, and a lot of the things have been checked off our checklist. not because we are perfect or not because like God chose we or anything like that, but because we've always been very diligent, we've always had a plan, and even right now we sit down in a day on the floor in this empty apartment that we'll have to now furnish again from scratch. Yeah, but that's that. Any final words? First night tonight. Well, it's not the first night. We're actually going to go back to where we were before.
And we'll be there for the next
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, we're not moving in until about 2 weeks time, but we do have access now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some work being done tomorrow. The installation. Hopefully we can get the ACs, if not tomorrow, by early next week. Get those installed. The blinds and curtains and stuff like that. And then we do a deep clean.
And then
we move in.
With just our mattress.
With just our mattress. We won't have settee and
bed. Hopefully we get my study desk up from a bed.
Oh yeah, we'll try to get the desk and the chair so you can have somewhere to sit on during the days. And then maybe we'll try and buy 2-bar stool. Because we're going to need 2-bar stool. At least those we might can buy. No, we can't buy the settee yet, you understand? So if we take it in stages.
We'll paycheck for next month.
yeah, take it in stages, you understand?
But it's nothing we haven't done before. We've built
honestly.
So,
and this time we have property for show
equity.
we have equity for show feet, if I even that.
But
even that.
So I will have to be working, and why sometimes you can't put up on the YouTube because the mortgage are for pay.
You understand? But I really that's why I work every day still, because I want to know you go already. You don't always get paid. But you know, it's a journey, you know? We're at a stage in our lives where we can afford to do these things. I mean, both in terms of we're given the blessing of being able to do stuff like this, and also we're young enough to get away with buying an apartment and sitting on the floor, and we don't have and we don't have no real responsibility outside of yo-yo. Who left a yard and him not feed.
Oh God, poor puppy. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, and
we'll see you next time on Adventures of XYZ. Bye guys.